Hello and welcome back to Past the Pop Culture. I'm Mrphen, and with me is Ricky.
Yo, guys.
Today we're going to be talking about Bullet Train, which we saw over the weekend. And
Yeah, we're a little late to that one, so sorry
yeah.
about that, but we finally saw it. I've been busy.
It's because we're busy, that's why. Anyways, and Ricky's going to kind of touch on Rumbleverse because the game hates me.
Rumbleverse has been very interesting to try. If you have been, well, if you were with us, I think last week, we tried getting onto it.
Yep.
It just didn't work. It didn't work. I'm sorry. We couldn't get it going, and we tried for like half an hour.
I tried for 3 days.
Well, on stream, we tried for half an hour to get into a match. Like, we got into the game, and we closed the game, restarted the game, went back in, partied up, couldn't get into a thing. We even tried separate queuing. We had to wait like a whole, it wouldn't put us in a match. We waited like 5-10 minutes. Like, it's just like to get into a match, and then we restart queue. We tried doing all these things, and it just really didn't want to work. I finally did on my own time try to get into a match, and I was able to, and I didn't like the game. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't. I think honestly, me just trying, like, how much work it was just to get into the game to finally try it probably contributes the most to how I feel about the game. Where I'm like, that was not worth, like, all that struggle. Is it a bad game? No. But is it a good game? I wouldn't really go as far to be like, oh yeah, this is a good game. It's free. You can try it out, right? I don't really click with it. I know people were saying like, oh wow, Fortnite 2 looks pretty good. I do notice that like a lot of games are kind of going for that
animated.
I don't know what I don't know what to call it, like the art style. I don't know what to call the art style. I don't know what it's like. It's like a cartoonish, realistic art style, right? Like, I don't know how to word it. I don't have no art degree, so if anyone knows what it's called, let me know, because I would be interested in knowing what that's called. But yeah, Rumbleverse I don't know, like, yeah, like, you can do some cool stuff, some of the combos. I really didn't get enough time to really go like super in depth with learning everything, but I really didn't care for it personally. I just knew like off the bat, like, oh, this isn't something I'm gonna play a lot. You know what I mean? It is kind of more of a novel idea, and I think that is kind of cool, and that's why I wanted to try it. But for the most part, it's kind of like, well, yeah, I'm just gonna go and do something else though. Like the amount of effort it took just to get into the game,
it tainted it for you, huh?
Yeah, like it spoiled that for me. So that's very hard for me to remove that.
Yeah.
Like spending you spent 3 days trying to get in.
It did not work at all.
Yeah, so it's like we have very like negative views on it. So if you like the game and you had no problems, then like, yeah, I'm not gonna like, trash talk you on that. Like, but I don't know. For me, I can't really even rate it because I just didn't bother enough with it. I got into one match and I was like, I don't want to struggle trying to get into a second match. I actually took down some like people, and it's like, oh, okay, like, it's kind of cool, the stuff you can do, the little combos and all that. Like, it's fairly easy to get into to know what to do, but it's just like, I do like how you get launched out of the little cannonball kind of thing and you just fly in. So it is cool. Like, yeah, like they put some effort into it, but it's just like just trying to get in was just a mess, and that's my main issue. That's like my over.
It's fun to watch. I don't know if you like watch people play it, but it's pretty fun to watch.
It's definitely a game made so that you can stream it. It definitely is. Yeah. Like it is, like, again, like, right, like that Fortnite level of streamability, right? Where it's like you can go in, it's fun to watch people play it, right? It's not very fun waiting in the queue for. I mean, the queue was like 10,000 people at one point for you, and we were running in the background and it didn't move. And it's like, even before stream, we would try to get it just. Yeah, but that's just our thing though. So like, yeah, like, it wasn't a good experience for us. It's probably a better experience for like most other people.
Would you try it again?
I would have to wait like maybe like a couple months from now and hope that like they have their servers fixed or whatever the heck that is. Because like we just couldn't even queue up. Like, we couldn't get into a match, that's true. Like so it's just like, there's so many hoops that you got to jump through for a game like that. It's just like, it's not worth it. I'm glad it's free, because if I would have paid for that, I'd been very upset. I mean, I am upset right now, like, about what happened, but like, I would have been like, all right, we're burning this thing to the ground.
Well, that's interesting because the same thing happened on what, Roller Champions for you, and then you instantly didn't like it because it was too much of a struggle for you to get on, right?
Yeah, like once it's too much of a struggle to get like what did we had to do? We had to change our skin, go back, reparty it. Like that's stupid. Yeah. Like that's like no. Like AAA developers, you know, and stuff like that. When it comes to like AAA developers, shouldn't have an excuse. A small studio, sure, I'm willing to give some leeway, right? Like okay, like it's one of the first games or something. I'm willing to give a leeway, but there's only so much leeway you can give when you've been trying for multiple days, for multiple hours, just to try to play their game, right? Like if we weren't reviewing it, I would have just never even picked it up after that. I would have just uninstalled and forgot about the game.
That's true.
That's how I am most of the time, because it's like, no, you don't put this out there and you can't work.
Stuff like that should be fixed, or not even happen in the first place, in my opinion.
Yeah. But what was disappointing was Bullet Train. We finally saw it. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I mean, that was like a 9 out of 10 for me. I don't really give 10 out of 10, sorry, but 9 out of 10. It's
that movie was such a surprise.
Pretty good.
Like, I'm happy that movie was good. Holy cow!
It was dumb, but it was good. That's the best way to word it.
Yeah, wow. It was so like how everything was done. I was expecting this movie to be like average at best, but man, this blew my socks off.
But the director of Deadpool, right? You said that
I believe so. Yes. Which is why, people showed up.
Yeah. They kind of had an all-star cast. They even had like a lot of like cameos, I guess, to kind of just word it. Like, right? Like, again, we're gonna go into a little bit of spoilers here, but it's been enough time where I think we can talk about Bullet Train without, worrying about spoiling it for people. But so with Bullet Train, there's a lot of different cameos. Was that the girl from The Boys?
The Boys, yeah.
I can't remember.
Oh, I thought I heard you say something, but maybe it was somebody else.
Yeah, I was like, I saw it, I was like, what? I was like, it threw me off at first, because I was like, I'm like, okay, we got Brad Pitt in this movie, like, you got, and I was just like, wait, hold on, like, you had Channing Tatum come in. I was like, what? I was so like, there's so many weird. like little like characters here.
Because that's when you went to the bathroom, huh? So you're like, wait, why is he in the movie? Because you skipped the whole like little first part. I think it was you, or maybe Ryan. Yeah. Channing Tatum's just like wearing his hat and all that. Doing his 21 Jump Street joke. Is this a sex thing? I was like, there it is. Man, that was beautiful.
Yeah, so it was a good movie. I forgot who said it, but it had like ADHD pacing. Like,
was that my dad that said that? No, I think it was Uncle Rick. Or your dad, sorry. But
was that my dad that said that? Or I don't know. Yeah. It was someone in our family was like, it has ADHD pacing. That's why we were all able to pay attention to it. So, I mean, which is true, because it was constant action, constant flow. Yeah, like, the plot was always moving. Yeah. Sometimes there was kind of like that harsh, oh, this happened 20 years ago, and then blah, 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 to make sense. But it flowed really well. I actually kind of like the pacing of the movie. Yeah, I think it's just because I spend so much time on like social media and all that, where my attention span's like a peanut now. So it's just like, it's able to kind of scratch that itch now. I think that's what it is. It's just these kind of movies. Like it was very much like it Bullet Train, right? Like it stuck to the name. Everything was quick, concise, when going and going and going. Everything made sense. It was a good plot. Apparently it was based off a book or something like that. I was watching I was watching the credits, that's why. And then I was like, oh, it's based off a book.
Imagine reading this book.
It's probably like a comic book or something. But I think it's pretty cool when they adapt stuff like that, and do it justice, I should say. I feel like, or maybe the movie's just bad or whatever, or the comic book or whatever it is just bad, and they just made it really good. I have no idea. I didn't read it. So, I feel like, I haven't read it, but I feel like it probably did its justice. It was pretty good, right? Like, regardless.
Who's your favorite character?
I don't know, actually.
Really?
I think Tangerine was pretty funny.
Those two were hilarious. Also the water bottle.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part in the whole movie, because in the movie they have like, of course, like a little scene to like showcase who the person is, And like towards like near the end, they showed the Fiji bottle and like the journey of the water bottle, and I ate that thing like, oh, I was like, man, that water bottle's been through stuff.
Fiji got their money worth. The advertising for Fiji.
That and what was it, Corona?
Literally right there, basically advertising it. And I'm like, but they did it in such a funny way where I was like, oh, I respect it. But it did make everyone want a Corona though, so that was kind of funny. But
that was oh my god. But you like tangerine?
So I think tangerine. I like lemon and tangerine. They're probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I think it was just funny, like with the Thomas the Tank, and then he's all like, "If you just bring that up one more time,
I'm gonna shoot you in the face."
And so I enjoyed it, and it was kind of cool because like you got like a little bit of backstory to some of the characters, like the Bolivia trip, right? And then it makes you wonder, like, okay, well, I kind of want to see like, well, what happened? And they never.
And then they explained that though, kind of. So it's like, holy cow.
And then they kind of bring it. It kind of wraps around, right? Like that's what's kind of cool. Like these kind of like because it had the plot is of course murder mystery in a way, right? Like the whodunit kind of thing, a little bit. Like you know,
I could see that.
Like it has a little bit of that element to it where you're trying to figure out like, okay, well, who kills who? Why are they on this train? You know what I mean? So it had a bit of like, it was kind of like a mystery action. I guess that was like the best way to define it. So it was always constantly like, wait, who's this? Who's this? Why does this guy show up? Why does that guy want to kill that guy? Why are we all on this train? And so it's just like the money. Who's the money for? Who's the girl? Oh, you find out, oh, that's the father, you know, and it's like, she is the whole, you know, like, and everything just wraps up together nicely. There's some stupid decisions and like, okay, like convenient plot, you know, like, plot points that happen, like, oh yeah, this just happened to be like that, or you know, easy scapegoats and stuff. Which, in this kind of movie, I'm more willing to accept that, right? Like because the kind of movie that it is, it's not to be taken super seriously or anything. So I'm fine with it being like, oh yeah, you know, he's just gonna like, they're all have their hands up. There's no way to escape. Okay, Tangerine comes in. Or not Tangerine, Lemon comes in, runs over the girl, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, he just happened to get there and stuff like that because he was, you know." So it's like I'm fine with that, but Bullet Train definitely, I did enjoy it. I kind of do want to see more movies like that, but the problem is that like they start pumping those movies out and then they're not special anymore, and then it's just like, they're just another movie. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I think like you know,
it'd be hard to replicate it.
It'd be hard to replicate, yes, and then it's just kind of like nice when these kind of movies just come around. You know, come around here and then.
It's a good filler until Deadpool 3.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
You know, what were the cameos? So this is major spoiler. So there's Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock, whatever her name is.
Ryan Reynolds,
which I was waiting for. And then, what's his name? Michael Shannon was the main bad guy, which I absolutely adored.
And then I don't know the actress's name from The Boys. I don't remember.
Her name. But she's the one that does sign language.
She's and then she was the little attendant in there in the movie. If you guys don't remember,
there is a snake. Let's see.
There's a lot of different little cameos and like just people in the background, which is kind of cool. I know because like my dad is like he wants to see it again just because he's like, oh well. He kind of like so that we can see like the backgrounds and again like because he feels like he's like we probably have to watch it a second or third time to catch everything, so he's kind of hoping like when it comes to like streaming that we watch it again.
I mean, there's not much to miss, I think, because I know, of course you can't catch everything, but like with the whole Hornet thing, which is like when the kid died or whatever, I don't think there's any like hints to that. But like they kind of hinted like snake
at the beginning when they're like, "Oh, the snake escaped."
Yeah, that's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Plus, you guys went to the bathroom at a pretty important parts too, so maybe you guys should see them.
Yeah, it's just because my mom called and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
She needed her medicine, and so we were trying to figure out where the medicine was. So, but that's a different thing. But yeah, like Bullet Train was fun. But we got a couple other things. Yeah, 9 out of 10. But we got a couple other things to cover too that I kind of want to go over a little quickly. So I guess I don't know what's the first thing you want to talk about.
Do multiverses. Let's do multiverses.
Multiverses? All right, you go because you kind of.
Yeah, okay, so
you're a little more passionate about it than me right
backstory,
now.
I guess. We were supposed to record this yesterday, Monday, and that was going to be the launch of season 1 for Multiverses. And then there's supposed to be like a secret, you know, hidden message or image where it's like, oh yeah, these are the new characters for season 1. But I guess it somehow got leaked, and then they're like, screw it. So they just released it, or the image, and it's Black Adam and Stripe from Gremlins. They're coming season 1 of Multiverses after Rick and Morty, which I think Morty's coming out the 23rd. So there's no exact date. Yeah, there's no exact date on the rest of them, but
they're coming soon for the most part.
Yeah, but Black Adam, sign me up. He looks cool.
Yeah, you're literally like, all right, we're just gonna.
I'm back on Multiverses, and then Stripe from Gremlins, because I recently saw Gremlins like not too long ago. And that movie was very interesting. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, Stripe's coming out." And I was like, "Okay, I'm very interested to see how they're gonna play him." Yeah, or like how he's gonna sound, or is Black Adam gonna be like The Rock's gonna be the voice actor or something? I don't know, but sign me up. I played Black Adam in Injustice, so I'm all aboard for that.
It's literally the same game, right?
yeah. It's Injustice. I play Batman in Multiverse too, so. I'm excited for that. I applaud Multiverses like a lot.
They seem to be like, okay, we actually care and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's cool. They have a lot of good stuff. A lot of good things to say about Multiverse.
More patch notes happen too. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I don't play it, I haven't played it very much recently. I did like it, and you can probably go back to like a few podcast episodes ago, and
talked about it.
Where we gave her a little review.
They were at Evo as well. That was a big turn up.
Oh yeah, I thought that was like, man, they got in quick.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, I don't know. Waiting for next year.
Yeah, Multiverses is doing everything right. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame the Nickelodeon one couldn't really stay around.
Yeah,
so I did like that one.
This game is far superior, but we won't say that.
But anyways, for all the Harry Potter fans out there, yeah, Hogwarts is delayed, right? For me personally, this isn't like a huge loss. I'm not too like into Harry Potter, so like.
Oh, you don't really want to play the game?
Nah,
that's interesting. Interested. Okay, I didn't know that.
I mean, like some of the gameplay like does look kind of cool, but it's like
a hack and slash, but magic.
Like I'm not gonna pay $60-$70.
Oh.
Like if this comes to like, well, no, this is PlayStation exclusive, right? Or no, like. Launch on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Yeah. So if it gets on Game Pass, I'll try it. Outside of that, I'm not paying for it. I'll probably watch somebody play it. I mean, if you buy it and you want to stream it on our channel, I'll watch it. But
make your own character.
I mean, I like Harry Potter, like on a surface level, but I'm not too like into it. I'm just not. It's not like my thing 100%. So like for me, I was just like, oh okay. But I know for a lot of people, they were like. Delayed, so but yeah, no, it ended up getting delayed. It's gonna be delayed into February. 2023, so we're not getting it February. This year.
And it's a firm release date.
Oh, it's releasing on my birthday. Yeah. That's actually funny. Oh my gosh.
I know what to get you for your birthday. You said you hated it.
Like, thanks, friend.
There we go. That works out perfectly.
Oh my goodness, that's actually kind of okay. Well, anyway, it is being delayed. I don't know if they said specifically. Let me see right here. So
it's kind of interesting. Most games that were supposed to come out this year are delayed, except for God of War, thankfully.
That's right. That's the only one that they won't. Give up on.
I'll be mad. They already said the release date for this year.
Yeah, there's not like a super specific reason why. They're just like they just gave the PR. Yeah, because I was trying to realize, but no, they didn't really.
Like, oops, sorry.
But,
the typical. We just want to make the game get better. Give you the best experience possible.
Yeah.
That means the game sucks.
Gotham Knights. We don't talk about that one.
We should.
But it's multiplayer. It's multiplayer.
What I'm saying. We have to.
Game Pass. That's all I'm saying. It's like if it's on Game Pass, then that's all I care about. If it's not,
we'll hope.
I'm done. But Yeah, I think another interesting though, because we're talking about Game Pass and free essentially. Kind of like how free games are kind of becoming the norm now. I should say, because you got Rumbleverse, Multiverse, all the verses, right? I guess they're free. Game Pass is pretty affordable. Pretty, for the most part, you get most of the games for free. Well, not free, but you know what I mean. But so we have PUBG, who went free to play, which interesting choice, right? Of course, Fortnite's free, and I think that's why like PUBG never picked up as much as Fortnite, because you could just download. Yeah, like so they're kind of like 3 years too late, but they're finally going free to play. They picked up 80,000 extra players daily. So definitely there is power in free to play. My problem with freemium, right, is that like of course of course we saw with I'm blanking out
what, Halo?
Well, there is Halo, but Diablo, right? Immortals.
Oh, don't start on that because I have a tangent for that, but go ahead, continue.
That was free, right? And then now you need to spend like 6 figures to get a full character, right? So it is concerning because, well, I do like that a lot of games are going the free-to-play route, right? Like Fall Guys and stuff. To make up for the revenue and the monetization, because they have to, right? At the end of the day, they're still business.
Yeah.
They have been going kind of like the freemium route, kind of like just really shoving down like skins and stuff. To the point where I feel like it could have potentially hurt the game because they're more focused on like I would even say like to Warzone to a certain degree. It's hurting Warzone because all they do is pump out skins. Yeah. How many times does the server go down in a day, right? Like, it's like there's so many things, so many problems with Warzone that aren't really getting fixed. But, oh, look, but we got the Terminator skin coming out. So it is kind of concerning because it's a good skin. It's a good skin. That's all I'm saying.
You watch your mouth, boy.
But there is, at a certain point, we have to realize, like, it is kind of bad because, of course, Warzone's free. They have to make up the money. They have to make up the money to keep running the servers. So they have to shove the skins down our throat. I'm just hoping that you don't get the Terminator skin and you get like a plus 20 like health bonus or something. Because sometimes I'll be fighting against those Terminator guys. I'm like, they gotta have a little bonus on there.
Turn off that titanium, boy.
Yeah, because I don't know about that one, but. Yeah, but going back to this, that I am glad that a lot of games are going more free to play. It's just that it is concerning because monetization has kind of taken more like that kind of mobile freemium route, and that we saw with Diablo, we're getting these kind of like you have to pay in order to compete, right? Kind of things, and it is kind of like a mixed bag, and it's really difficult to like have like good faith in these game companies.
Yeah.
So I don't know, sometimes I'm like, you know what, I just rather pay the 10, 20, 30 bucks. 60 bucks is steep per pop for a lot of these games. I think like 60 bucks for Fortnite is nobody's gonna pay that, right? So it's just one of those things where I do like free to play. I think we are gonna see more free to play games come out because a lot more people are willing, especially because of the economy right now. A lot more people are more willing to play free to play. But yeah, sometimes like the monetization's pretty aggressive on these, where it could almost seem like it's being detrimental to the game. So, but it does show the power that going free to play, because I think it even talks about revenue in this article, right? That it picked up more than 80,000 players since it went free in January. Revenue from PUBG is also up. With average revenue per user up more than 20% quarter over quarter. So people are going free to play, and more people are willing to throw money in because it's free to play, but they're making more money.
Yeah, so that should happen, right? Like I feel.
Well, because you're getting more users, and since they're not paying outright, they're like, oh, well, I'll just pay for these skins or something like that, or I'll pay for this boost or something. So it makes sense why it's happening. So yeah, maybe it's just gonna seems like it's maybe like as long, maybe just like you're gonna have like the vast majority of your user base is not paying for stuff for the most part.
Yeah.
But the people who are paying are pretty much supporting the entirety of the game, it seems like. So I guess thank your local Goku skin guy. And
oh God.
shake his hand.
Can we talk about that since we're on the free to play?
Yes.
I'm fine with free to play in battle royales because it usually means skins only, no, boosters or whatever. Well, I guess Call of Duty technically get it. Anyways, okay, I updated Fortnite today because congratulations, the Dragon Ball Z skins. Woo! I was hyped for it. And so I log into the game. I was like, all right, let's see these cool skins. Oh my God, they look absolutely stupid. Goku has a permanent angry face, and like it makes his eyes look really small, and like his eyes just stay
he's, like,
angry.
Constipated?
Yeah, he's like constantly angry. The cool thing is he can transform, so he goes from base Goku to Ultra Instinct Goku. All right, I like that, but his eyes don't change position, and that bothers me so much. And he looks really skinny. It looks like he's not supposed to be in Fortnite. Vegeta, same thing. Bulma. All right, that's fine. They nerfed her butt. But, I don't know. I just... Fortnite needs to die. Fortnite needs to go away. Leave anime alone. You disrespect Dragon Ball Z. Because now we're going to be getting kids. Like, if I'm wearing a Dragon Ball Z shirt, and they'll be like, oh, you play Fortnite? I'm going to slap that kid. I'm just
and then with Naruto, right?
Yeah.
They added Naruto.
It's like, oh no.
You know what, man? I don't know how to feel about. I'm just pretending Fortnite doesn't exist. Really, I'm not really going back to it. I mean, maybe
it's a good game.
Be good. Maybe it's good to some people. I'm just like, I'm not.
It's like the equivalent of Call of Duty having Goku. It's just as a skin. Actually, Attack on Titan. We'll do that. It doesn't make sense, but. Here we are.
You have that gross, disgusting skin.
Yeah, I love that. That one looks cool, like, okay, but the skin of the skin of Levi is like, ooh, that's a hard miss. Free to play though, 10 out of 10. I think that should be the way to go for battle royales, not single player, because like you said, Diablo, and then they just announced like the release date for Diablo 4. And I was watching a video that they're going to monetize Diablo 4. AKA Early Access. You pay a little bit more. AKA Battle Pass.
What do you do if like you're in the middle of like a raid or something, and then it's like an ad pops up and it's like, if you want to get rid of this ad, pay like 99 cents. It's like, or you have to do like a minute and a half to like... Could you imagine?
I would be so pissed. Oh my God, Blizzard would be dead to me, like for sure. That's the nail. Diablo Immortal, I can understand. Like if they did that, okay, sure, it's a mobile game. But Diablo 4, the game everybody's waiting for, the iconic Diablo's coming back, and they're slapping a battle pass on it.
Battle pass. Yeah.
I hate games.
I don't know really what to say.
Let's just play Halo. Free to play works for that game, right?
Halo, dude. I don't know how many times we're just like, Halo, please. Why couldn't you just been good? Why couldn't you just tried?
You know how much money they could have been making if they did it correctly? Like free to play Halo, everyone's like, oh heck yes. Even I was like, imagine what they could do.
They had like over 200,000 people playing.
Yeah.
At launch.
They lost them all a day later. And then,
how do you drop the ball that hard?
And they're like, actually, let's charge $20 for, a sticker. And it's like, oh.
Well, first, you couldn't gain any experience, right?
That
like,
too,
it took forever to level up, right? So yeah, it's just it was just a mess. Halo's a mess.
Free to play is correct in the correct hands. Everything should be free.
Free to play can be very effective at getting a large audience and stuff like that, but it can be very corrupt, very quick, and just it's not good. Just not good.
You know what is good? Professor X. Possible fan cast. He wants to play Professor X, Giancarlo. I don't know how to say his last name, but he's in Breaking Bad, The Mandalorian.
You see him? You have to
Far Cry
You've seen him
6.
in something. Yeah.
He wants to play Professor X, and I'm 100% on board for this. I don't know what you think, but I am all for it. What do you thought?
So I had someone say I forgot I was on TikTok, and then so someone mentioned it.
Okay.
And so he said the only reason why they disagree is because Professor X, right? Like in all the other X-Men movies, like what is he, right? He's just like a rich white kid who doesn't know what it's like to have to struggle, right? Like that's the whole thing between Professor Xavier and Magneto, is because Magneto struggled, right? Because of the whole I can't say it, but you know, World War II, like all that stuff that happened. I don't know, but it's like so all that bad stuff. You guys get my drift. So I did kind of see that, and he's like that they're supposed to be kind of like he's just supposed to be like this privileged white kid, and that's how he's always been kind of written. Now that was kind of interesting that like he brought like that's kind of like his character archetype is like just like, oh, well, what do you mean? It's really not that bad out there. I'm like, dude, you own a mansion. Like that's what it's supposed to be. It's like you're just like a white kid who never had to struggle all his life. Like that's kind of like what he's been, right? And so, like, so it'll be very different, of course, because you know, Giancarlo's clearly not some white kid from like the suburbs or something. But yeah, we can change it to kind of like still do something like that. But I do think that racist. No, I know. But it's just like I do kind of thought that was kind of interesting because like that's how it always is. It's like it's just like Professor X is like this idyllic, like kind of like, oh yeah, you know, it's not that bad, and it's like it is not bad. So I do think it's interesting. I think he's really good. I think as an actor, I think he's amazing. I think he's always really good. Professor X, I mean, if they cast him or they don't, not that I don't care, but I always just thought that was an interesting aspect that someone like kind of brought up is that, well, he's
I guess that's the true point,
privileged white kid. And so I do kind of see that, but then it's like, well, it is modern times, so like to change the characters and stuff probably wouldn't be like super bad or anything.
I mean like,
Patrick Stewart,
and not a very
Professor
nice,
X.
which is stupid.
So it would make sense to make it a different person because, of course, I only really want it to be like Patrick Stewart, and if not, then I don't care who gets casted at that point.
I mean, Giancarlo's.
I mean, yeah, it'll be a good replacement, actor, but I do think that like that's an interesting aspect to take into the character because of course the X-Men, right, has a lot of like undertones dealing with like oppression and racism and stuff like that. So it'll be very interesting to see how that gets handled in the whole.
Well, I personally think if like they do have him be Professor X, that's star power, and I think a lot more actors, you know, big actors would be like, hey, I want to be, you know, taught by Giancarlo as Professor X, you know.
Yeah, I think it'll be a different kind of X-Men, and it'll be interesting because like I said, I finally watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I like the way that they kind of touched upon. All that stuff, like with you know the first.
See, it wasn't that good part. I told you, that was beautiful.
The first, I mean, he was the first, or he was after Steve Rogers. He was the other Captain America, right?
Yeah.
So like, I like how like that whole storyline and how a lot of
that was sad.
What the Falcon was struggling and stuff like that, and I think the way they did that, I think was very good. I think you can have Giancarlo kind of like echo a lot of that through the X-Men, and if you do it that way, I think it'll go very well. Even if you kind of are changing who Professor X is a little bit, because he's just like some ritzy white dude, and so you can change it so that it all kind of blends in a bit together, blends better together, and I think it'll come out pretty good for the most part. Because I don't really know who I would want to play Professor X besides Patrick Stewart. I really don't. Like, I mean, the guy, I can't remember the other guy's name, but the other guy he plays the younger version of him. I thought he did a good job. But of course, like I like an older Professor X. I do like it when he is a bit older. When he was a bit younger, I don't know. I just never felt fully like I was super into it.
Yeah, he wasn't. James McAvey or whatever, And
then I feel like if we shaved Giancarlo's hair, like head, man, like I don't know how.
Professor X, he's old.
Yeah,
I'm so down for that.
He's got the hair, man. Yeah. He has hair, like he has good hair too. It's like you're gonna make him shave his head.
No, I just wear what's it called, the bald cap. There you go.
James McAvoy. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I couldn't remember the actor's name, but yeah, I do think that there's like. I feel feel like I just don't know how they're gonna fit X-Men though into the whole multiverse. I guess
it's gonna be hard.
Like,
yeah.
I want them to do it, but yeah, it's just.
Well, maybe we'll see because She-Hulk's coming out, this week. So
and then review that next week.
Yeah.
Then
shout out to our stream next Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard. Because because they're gonna start introducing, and then the phase is supposed to be over now. So it's like maybe we're gonna start hearing more about the mutant genes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it's just gonna be.
Listen, all I know is that if they do cast Giancarlo, is that he's gonna carry X-Men on his back. That's the main thing, though.
And I am okay with that.
If you get Patrick Stewart or Giancarlo, they will carry the X-Men franchise on their back. Okay, so whoever they end up, like, that's the thing. Like, I feel like whoever they're gonna end up casting for X-Men, they have to be able to carry the series on the back. So it does make sense to have him, because he's a very good actor. But I do feel like that if you have a terrible Professor X, right, like it just kind of goes down the drain, right? Because he's supposed to be a mentor and stuff like that.
Even if the movie sucks now, it's still people are still gonna watch it just because he's Professor X. That's true. That's what they need. I mean, I hope it doesn't suck, but
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, yeah, but okay. So who is going to play Juggernaut? We get Thor. We get the world's strongest man.
I am 100. You know what?
That's the first thing that popped into my head. We get Thor.
I'm okay with that.
100%. We can have him be Juggernaut.
He's already huge. And he's still some plate on him.
Like,
he's 6'9".
6'9"? Oh, I thought he was 6'7". Oh my gosh.
He's 6'9".
6'9", dude. That's crazy, bro. You can have him be Juggernaut. If not,
who else is tall?
Colossus. I mean,
or who's huge, I should say. The Rock.
Like, just get some massive bodybuilder. No, I don't want The Rock as like Juggernaut. I don't know. I feel like that'd be like weird. It was Juggernaut. And The Rock's too charismatic. He's too charismatic to do that. That's the thing. Nah, yeah. We getting Thor as Juggernaut. That'd be sick.
We'll send him a message.
I think. Yeah, tell him. Can you go and try to like get casted for Juggernaut for you? Yes. Yeah, that's what really needs to happen. Ah, man. I don't know, dude. Like that's my pick. That's my pick. Yeah, definitely.
Ryan Reynolds again? What? No.
I mean,
Wait, he was Juggernaut?
No, he was Deadpool. Oh. But I don't know. I don't really. I think that's just like the first thing that popped in my head is like we get him to do it.
I'm honestly for that.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if that's such like a weird fan cast. We'll have to see the verdict if we clip that or something.
Yeah.
So that he voiced him.
Interesting.
I don't know, man.
When did
I don't even know nothing anymore. Can we get a fact check?
Yeah.
But yeah. And the last thing before we, I think we potentially stream some Warzone.
Yep.
After talking.
So I posted this in here because I was looking for stuff to talk about, and this popped up, and then my mom got involved somehow. Anyway, so Aubrey Plaza as Tomb Raider. I could kind of see it.
Did you grow up playing the Tomb Raider games?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I didn't.
Oh, you didn't.
I think maybe outside of like watching you guys play it, I didn't really like play Tomb Raider.
Okay, yes, because I think I've pretty much played all of them except for like the newest one, which is old now. And I seen like the Angelina Jolie movies, and I seen the other girl. I don't remember her name. Oh, I guess I am a fan. The one that got canceled. Anyways, but yeah, so I guess they want to start doing another Tomb Raider movie, but like reboot it. And
do you think that's just because of the success of the Uncharted movie that they want to reboot?
That movie sucked. I don't know. I mean, they should. I don't know. I guess they probably want to just keep making Tomb Raider until everybody hates her, because they still make video games.
The game came out.
Huh?
When was the last game that came out for her?
2000 and it came out on PS4, so not too long ago. It was when she was younger, if I remember correctly.
Well, there's Tomb Raider Reloaded. That's like a mobile thing.
Nope, definitely not. I didn't play mobile.
The Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that was 2019.
Yeah, that one. That's the recent one. Where she's younger. It's like a prequel, I guess.
Interesting.
But like, if you look at her and then look at like Angelina Jolie, and then you look at Aubrey Plaza, it's like I can see her being Lara Croft.
Aubrey Plaza, especially like in the little thumbnail that they used, she does look like kind of have like that little Lara Croft cosplay going on. I don't know, because like Tomb Raider, I didn't grow up playing Tomb Raider, and then it was more like, and then I would play like Uncharted, because I think Tomb Raider came out in 1996.
Yeah.
Oof, that's a long time ago. Yeah,
the sexiest pixels you'll ever see.
Yeah,
I don't think you're allowed to play that back then, because she was very
probably
over sexualized.
I don't even think.
Yeah.
I don't even think I knew what Tomb Raider was till like a while.
It's the female Uncharted.
Yeah, it's kind of like the original Uncharted, right? Like I think like it was kind of like what inspired, I think, a lot of those kind of games, like action adventure series, right? Yep. So I have respect for the series, like the legacy and stuff. Mm-hmm. I just never got around to playing it. I probably will play one or something eventually, but who knows? They always look kind of cool, but I never get around to playing it. I think that's with me in like most games, where it's like, oh, that looks cool, and then I forget it exists until you bring it up, and then I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to play that, and then I just don't ever play it, right? Like that's just kind of what it is. But I do think that fan cast is very interesting, though. I'd watch it. I'd watch a Tomb Raider movie. I have no idea like if it's lore accurate or anything, but
me neither.
I'll enjoy it for what it is.
I like Aubrey Plaza. So
I think, and she's a good actress, and she can be funny, and she can be funny and serious. So all those forced jokes that are probably going to go in there, I think she'll probably be able to deliver them well.
I'm getting tired of like the movies where they have to have jokes.
It's that Marvel effect, man. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy effect.
Am I the only one against it? I feel like I'm the only one against it.
It's the Guardians of the Galaxy effect, man. That's the only thing that, I mean, well, not the only thing, but that's one of the few things that I do not like about James Gunn, is that he caused that effect because he wrote stupid Guardians of the Galaxy so good that everyone enjoyed the comedy, and now everything had to emulate that. You know? That's what it was. That's all it is.
I absolutely hate it so much.
Because yeah, no, like if you look at Marvel, they totally changed after that. Because everyone loved Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Like everyone, like when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, everyone was obsessed with Groot and Rocket. You know, like it was like
Groot.
Everyone...
Wow.
Did you? Okay, have you seen the short?
No,
have you seen the short? I forgot to add this in to like to talk about, because I was like, the short. I saw the first one, and I just was like, no, I'm not watching these. Like it's such bait, you know what I mean? Like,
I can't. I'm sorry. No, just no.
It's just supposed to be like, it's not funny, right? It's not very funny. It's like, oh look, haha, he fell over.
Well, I mean, like, okay, like compare the Marvel comedy in quotes to like Bullet Train, like that's how you're supposed to do it. And then, like, even back then,
it's a little bit wittier, yeah.
But like Rush Hour 1, 2, 3, like that's good movie comedy. You know, it's stupid. A little.
What's been a good comedy? What as of late? What's a good comedy as of late, though?
I don't know. Is Bullet Train count?
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like you don't really get like just comedies by themselves coming out. Have you noticed that? Or am I being wrong?
I'm trying to think. Like, when was the last comedy movie you saw that wasn't back in like the 80s?
Like, was it like Daddy's Home? That's like 2 that came out like a while back.
No, that was a while ago. Oh, with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
That?
I guess that counts.
How long ago has there been just like a solely like comedic movie? I mean, there was Jackass, wasn't there?
Yeah, but I would have called it like, that's not the same comedy. I think that was a good movie though.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it is kind of interesting. But,
I hate Marvel. That's all I'm saying.
Every episode must end in this is Marvel's fault.
This is Marvel's fault. DC's better. The Rock's gonna save. Actually, The Rock was in the news about Black Adam. Actually, Ezra Miller was also in the news. Maybe we should start doing a podcast on Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. It's like, cause like when Monday comes out and then we come out like there's nothing, and then Tuesday comes around like, well, everything happened on like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Because like Ezra Miller is finally arrested. He released a statement that he's gonna work on himself. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. There you go. That movie was so good.
Was good. I have to see that because that looks so good. I've been wanting to see that.
Thank you, Dario.
I've just been so behind.
Oh my god, that
I was
movie.
like, there's like not a lot, but there's it's like there's just not a lot of like just straight up comedies. I feel like there always are like, it's like some sort of like action movie with like comedies spliced in.
Well, it's hard to do comedy now because everybody gets offended over nothing. So
it's just because so many things also too have been like watered down, right? Like, dude, it's like I think it's just like it's hard to write good comedy in general. And like of course people have to be careful and stuff, but
all right, well,
I don't know. It's just we gotta watch.
That movie was so good.
I have to see that stuff. But anyways, before we start getting into like Marvel hating again, I think we'll switch over to Warzone here. So if you liked what you listened to, I'd very much appreciate if you guys stuck around, listening live. You know, hang out with us on Warzone. If there's things you want to talk about, you know, that we talked about on the podcast here, and you guys want to explore further, we can talk about it there. But to just do a couple things just for our people who are not listening live, I very much appreciate if you're listening on YouTube to drop a like and subscribe. We very much appreciate that. If you are listening to us on whatever podcast platform, you know, drop a heart, a like, a thumbs up, however it works on the platform. We very much appreciate it. If you drop a review, of course, that will 5-star review. We'll very much appreciate that. And I think that's everything else. Oh, follow our Instagrams, our socials basically is Past the Pop Culture on everything. Twitter, Instagram, Hover. What am I forgetting? TikTok. We post a lot of clips on TikTok and Instagram. Just us getting funny clips and stuff that I make. And we also let you guys know when we are live because, sometimes, you know, our schedule's a little crazy. So we're doing a little unorthodox today, like doing everything on Tuesday. And so usually we do stick with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 o'clock. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah. Because not everyone's on the West Coast. Who would have thought? Goodness. But we're going to be switching over now. So thank you guys for listening.